Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. This is the second session on this topic. In the first one, I approached it as an introduction to concept or way of thinking. So I chose at that time to use our mother tongue to be easy, apprehendable, and conceivable. I mean to be clear. However, for this session, I prefer and I see it will be better to use English. In the first session, we discussed how to select a research topic by focusing on many factors. If you remember, its significance, well-founded rationale, or I mean here accepted or convincing rationale, alongside with researchability, feasibility, and ethical considerations. So in this session, I will address, inshallah, the most important and current topics that I hope will be considered in our future research endeavors, inshallah. As you see, the title here is Selecting a Research Topic. What's new in public health and occupational medicine? I consider that community-based participatory research is the most important and on top priorities of new public health researches and occupational health medicine researches. Uh, The community-based participatory research is a collaborative research approach that engages community members, I mean here them, as equal partners alongside researchers, I mean us. So it focuses on addressing community identified issues, fostering shared decision making, and combining local knowledge with specific methods. Take care here to create meaningful and actionable outcomes. And it's very important to be the happy end of such collaboration is creating meaningful and actionable outcomes. So it's some sort of collaborative research approach integrating strengths of both. By such approach, I bridge or I'm trying to bridge the gap in between science and practice, leading to effective and sustainable solution. Uh, we have to ask ourselves, why should they share? First of all, definitely they understand better than us the community needs and their priorities. Second, this will be reflecting an enhanced cultural relevance and community-driven initiatives on our researches. Third, it will build trust and reduce stigma, if any stigma, like I discussed with you before, illegal stigma, addiction stigma, sexual stigma. It can be easily discussed by sharing such community members. Fourth point, enhance recruitment. Definitely, such community members will help us in recruiting resources, so any type of resources, logistic resources, budgeting, which is in our dreams. At least it will be easy to recruit members or our study sample persons. Fifth point is empowerment and capacity building. Sixth, enhancing the impact and adoption of public health initiatives. Seventh, which is the most important, is to keep sustainability of intervention. Definitely, our collaboration with community members will continue to benefit the community over time, and moreover, it will benefit us in our or in conducting more and more and more researches. The end result of such collaboration will create sustainable health improvements tailored and customized to specific local needs. Okay, now the question which is convenient, who should share? Community members directly affected by the issues, academic researchers, us and our colleagues, from different specialties, public health professionals, community-based organizations such as health providers, social education, religious, Islamic or Christians, humanitarians, non-profits. I mean here the NGOs, non-governmental organizations, which are or supposed to be non-profitable. Local government and policymakers, it's very important to share them. Private sector partners, media and communication experts. I remember in the first session I told you that we can share any member, any organization, anybody we may expect they are going to help us in conducting our research. The third question now, what should I do to conduct a community-based participatory research? First, we have to build partnership. We have to establish relationships and foster trust and mutual respect between us and them through open communication and transparency. Identify the issue. Why? To pinpoint a problem or topic according to their priority of their or of shared concern. They must be interested as much as us to ensure the issue is relevant to their needs and priorities. Third, to develop shared vision. We have to co-create. Co-create here means create together the research goals, the objectives, the questions with the community members to ensure alignment with the community's value and priorities and needs, as we have said before. We have to work together from point 0 to point 100 during design the research, during data collection, definitely because they are going to collect to help us in data collection. We can work together in analysis if they can, or at least we have to inform them by our results. So we have to share the results with us. And finally, to take an actions together and together evaluating the reflect. The areas which may cover the or where or are suitable for community-based participatory research is or are health disparities, minority health, violence, behavioral and mental health, social determinants of health, chronic infectious diseases, environmental health, health promotion and wellness, health education and training, health policy and advocacy. I cannot imagine how could I conduct any research, master degree or MD, or even a respectful paper for promotion, for scientific promotion, without sharing the community members in conducting such researches. All of them are very sensitive researches or are very sensitive and hot topics. Those topics must be shared by all who can contribute. The most important example or the ideal example that I can give you now for community-based participatory research is One Health approach. At first, we have to know One Health approach is, or it's an approach recognizes the I understand that you know. It recognizes the interconnection of human, animal, and environmental health. One Health approach, it promotes the collaboration or cooperation across multiple sectors and disciplines to prevent, to detect, and to address health challenges that arise among human beings and animals. And we can follow the steps I have discussed before during the or by the previous 2 or 3 slides. We have to define the problem, then we have to build an interdisciplinary team engaging any person who may be beneficial in our research. Public health and occupational medicine, veterinary medicine, ecology, social sciences. Community-based participatory research, here I'm going to give you 5 examples. Zoonotic disease outbreaks. Why? To investigate the origin, transmission, and control of diseases, like what happened in COVID-19 during avian influenza. For rabies, if it's widely spread in any district, we have to know and we have to investigate the origin, transmission, and control, how to control rabies. Second, antimicrobial resistance, studying the misuse of antibiotics among human beings, among livestock, and agricultural practice, and its environmental spread. Okay. Third example is food safety and security. It is the same. It's addressing foodborne illnesses among human beings and animals. Environmental health crisis. It's clear. Engineering infectious diseases. Again, what happened during COVID-19 or avian influenza or whatever. Uh, Second topic is artificial intelligence. What's artificial intelligence? It's just only by one word. It's a technology. Artificial intelligence is a technology. It refers to the simulation of a human intelligence in machines that are programmed to think, to learn, and even to perform tasks autonomously. What does it mean autonomously? What does it mean? بشكل مستقل. They work by themselves. Artificial intelligence usually uses advanced algorithm. Again, what does algorithm mean? خوارزميات أو مصفوفات. Such algorithms are used to analyze data, to recognize patterns. I remember I told you before this information, and even make a decision, often improving our time without explicit programming. So, by the end, it's a technology that enables machines and software with advanced algorithms to perform tasks that typically require human intelligence without being explicitly programmed. We don't program them. Okay. What is needed for such technology? First of all, we need robust technological infrastructure. Robust here means very fast. What such technological infrastructures? It might be high performance computing systems, some sorts of computers, but highly performing. We need large scale data storage. We need fast networks. And here in Egypt, we don't have such fast networks. We have turtles networks. Anyhow, it's not my subject now. We need advanced algorithms. So, for robust technological infrastructures, high performance computing systems, large scale data storage, fast networks, and advanced algorithms. Okay, what about access to high quality? For effective high quality data or for effective analysis, the data must be. And here's a statistician knows such points better than me. We need accurately and consistently collected data, well organized data, clean. The data must be clean by removing errors, by filling in missing values, and by using standardizing formats. What are the possible or the likely sources of such data? Large data sets from various sources, such as healthcare system data, health records from Ministry of Public Health, from governmental hospitals, from university hospitals, from primary health, from anywhere. From the wearable and mobile device data, such as smartwatches, fitness trackers. Fitness trackers here, I mean such devices, small devices we use to provide real-time health data, such as heart rate, temperature, activity levels, or condition of the heart. We can use public data sets from the governmental agents, from academic institutions, organizations, anywhere, from private data such as companies, industries, or even private sectors or private research entities, from environmental data, and even from social media and web data. Uh, I do it myself. I see that there is a reasonable analogy or similarity between AI and such cube puzzle. AI can be thought of as working like a puzzle cube in the sense that it detects patterns. It separates the green color by itself, separates the red color by itself, blue color by itself, and so on. So it detects patterns, it detects trends and relationship within the data, similar to how solving a puzzle involves by recognizing colors. So AI uses algorithms to analyze different aspects of data, solving the problem by finding meaningful connections. Any information that may seem to be like other uh, types of information collected together and so on, much like aligning pieces in puzzle. I hope I can explain it clear. So now we can summarize the functions or actions of artificial intelligence. It happens through four steps. First, collecting and analyzing data, train itself on the patterns and trends it contains. Then self-learning by itself from experience to recognize the patterns and trends of such information. And at last, with repeated operations and data processing, the system becomes more accurate and efficient. For doing what? For doing three functions: real-time remote health monitoring, predictive analysis, and customizing the intervention. Okay, we can apply such functions on many aspects. First, like on patients, what the AI can do. First, patient health monitoring. It's real-time remote monitoring. It's not hour by hour or minute by minute. It's real-time monitoring, second by second. Okay, so patient health monitoring, diagnosis of chronic disease and mental health, use such real-time monitoring. Second, predictive analysis. The AI can detect the risk factors, so it's doing risk assessment and detecting risk groups. Which group is exposed more than others to hypertension, and what are the persons that may prone to or have risk factors to diabetes or to cancer, and predicting even the patient outcomes of such diseases. Third, customizing the interventions, which means here personalized health intervention, the proper treatment for the proper person, with personalizing treatment plans, which is convenient for each person. So convenient treatment for 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 a special person, for definitive person. Uh, Second, in public health, same theory. Disease surveillance. In predictive analysis, it's doing a marvelous work here. AI can build predictive models that simulate or that similar disease spread based on what? Based on various factors, including human movement, who are traveling here and there, who is coming, who is leaving, what is the climate condition? Is it cold? Is it hot? The high temperature or high humidity? And any previous outbreaks in such areas, yes, this modeling can help, according to such information, can help public health officials prepare for potential outbreaks and allocate resources efficiently. You understand such point? The AI, by the information or by the use amount of information it has during the previous years from such area, information, including information about the weather, about the people themselves, about everything in such person, the AI can predict what might happen as an outbreak or a pandemic or whatever, or fires like what happening now in Los Angeles, and tell the policymakers to take care of such a coming disaster or suffering and be ready for such health aspect. Third, accordingly, it can customize the public health intervention by taking, uh, you have to take care of one, two, three, four, and so on. Uh, Environmental health, same by environmental monitoring. It's real-time environmental monitoring. It can identify hazards and analyze exposure, evaluate impacts, risk characterization by digital epidemiology. Accordingly, it can customize intervention and actually it can mitigate. It cannot mitigate by literally, but it recommends the methods or the ways of how to mitigate such a problem. At last, occupational health, same concept, remote occupational health monitoring, health data management, disease surveillance, prediction, epidemiology, workplace ergonomics, training, education, mental health support, and lastly, customizing intervention step by step. Here you can find suggested articles or suggested researches on AI. If anybody wants to share. What else? Yes, okay. Now, uh, third topic is telemedicine and telehealth. What's telemedicine? Telemedicine, very simply, two persons are connecting through some technological way. Is it phone? Is it laptop? Is it video call, wearables, IoT devices, whatever? So, telemedicine very simply enables remote. It means two persons far away of each other. One person in Banha and the other one in Cairo or in Alexandria, or even more, one in Egypt and the other one is in UAE. So telemedicine enables remote medical consultation and care through what? Through digital platforms, improving access to healthcare. Definitely, I can advise such person in Alexandria. You can do so and so and so and so. Okay, so it's able to improve access to healthcare, especially in underserved areas, and put three or four or five underlines under such underserved areas by connecting patients with their healthcare providers virtually. Virtually. Okay? So, telemedicine is a remote real-time consultations and medical care through secure online platforms, video calls, phone calls, mobile apps, or wearables or IoT devices without needing to be in same location, without physical contact. So telemedicine is important. It can be conducted between patient and physician, or between physician and specialist, or between physician and consultant, or even between specialist and consultant through a remote way. No need to physical contact. Second, it's important in chronic disease management by giving plans of treatment, by giving recommendations how to avoid risk factors, and so on. Uh, it's important for remote prescription, for remote prescribing, for giving health education and wellness program, for behavioral and mental health support, post-operative and follow-up care. The patient who undergone surgery, he can get recommendations by the telemedicine from his surgeon. It's clear. Emergency telemedicine, which is called teletriage. Telehealth carries the same concept. It's a remote time consultation and medical care, but it involves using digital communication tools to provide healthcare services such as consultations, monitoring, and diagnosis without the need for in-person visits, enhancing convenience and accessibility. But it's here broader. It's a broader concept than telemedicine because it's covering non-clinical services, focusing on comprehensive health-related services beyond the direct clinical care. Telehealth, same, like a remote monitoring of health data, improving access to health care in remote areas, enhancing disease surveillance and epidemiology, delivering preventive care and health education to remote areas also, assisting in disaster and emergency response. Very important here, very important. Conducting remote health screening, health education and wellness program, and all those functions can be delivered remotely by telemedicine or telehealth. Here's again are some topics about telemedicine and telehealth. I hope it will be beneficial to you. Now, the other topic is microbiomes-based medicine. Wow, what's microbiomes? Here is history of using or the start of using microbiota based researches. It's not quite important, but we have to know just only as an information. During the period from 27 to 2016, there was what's known as Human Microbiome Project that was a key turning point mapping the microbiome's structure and its role in health. Since that point, research highlighted the link between microbiomes and diseases all over the human body. They suggested there is a link, some sort of a link or some way of a link in between microbiota and health, all over human health. What's the microbiomes or what is the microbiota? Human microbiome is the collection, and take care here, collection of trillions, not millions, not billions, but trillions of microorganisms. Whatever are the microorganisms, including bacteria, viruses, fungi, or whatever, other microbes that may live in or on the human body. So, what are the microbiomes? It is a collection of trillions of microorganisms, whatever is it, living or on the human body. Usually, 5 areas are very rich with such microbiota: respiratory system, oral, vacuum of mouth and throat, skin, gut is the main part and the most important part that contains microbiomes, and in the genital tract of the females, especially the vagina. So, understanding and getting use of such human microbiome is important for health and disease treatment. Again, understanding and getting use of such human microbiome is very important for health and disease treatment. Why? Why it's important? There's what's known as gut, and please take care here. Gut-brain axis. Gut-brain axis. Gut-brain axis. It means there is an axis in between gut and brain. Gut-brain axis refers usually to the bidirectional, and take care here, it's a bidirectional. It's not only one directional. It's one direction from the gut to the brain and from the brain to the gut. So the gut-brain axis refers to the bidirectional communication between the gut and the brain. Clear. Influencing physical, mental, biological health through signals on 2 ways, from down to up and from up to down, involving the nervous system, hormones, and microbiomes. It's quite clear. The picture is clear here. So again, the gut-brain axis refers to a bidirectional communication between the gut and the brain, influencing physical, mental health, using signals involving nervous system, hormones, and microbiome. We have the right now to ask ourselves, are all the microbiomes beneficial to human body? Definitely, as the answer will be no. There are beneficial microbiomes, which is very important. And on the other hand, definitely there are harmful microbiomes, which are harmful. So any imbalance in between beneficial microbiomes and harmful microbiomes there will be a problem or will be a risk factor to health. This is what we call dysbiosis. Dysbiosis is imbalance in the composition, diversity, or function of the gut microbiota. It's quite clear the beneficial microbiomes drop down or reduce, and harmful microbiomes proliferate and increases. Definitely, this is what's known as dysbiosis, and it's a problem. Particularly in the gut, this usually happens in the gut, which can lead to health issues like inflammation, digestive disorders, or metabolic disease we're gonna see now. Uh, Now, what are the likely diseases that may happen according to such dysbiosis? On the top, inflammatory bowel disease, especially Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis, liver disease, cirrhosis, and hepatitis, chronic kidney disease, any kidney disease, brain disorders, believe it or not, Parkinsonism, Alzheimer, depression can accordingly happen due to dysbiosis. Uh, Diabetes, whatever the type 1 or type 2, or even gestational diabetes. Respiratory diseases such as asthma or bronchitis, cancers, especially lung cancer, colorectal cancer, pancreatic or oral cancer, or any type of cancers, heart diseases like hypertension and atherosclerosis. There's what's known as modulating microbiomes. First of them is probiotic and prebiotics. They manipulate or they handle or they modulate the microbiota in the form of supplements that introduce beneficial bacteria or nutrients to promote the growth of these bacteria in the body. You understand such point? Some sort of manipulation or modulation in the form of supplements given to the patients to introduce beneficial bacteria or nutrients to help the growth of such bacteria in the body, to increase the decreased microbiota, the decreased beneficial microbiota. So such probiotics or prebiotics are given to increase such beneficial microbiota. Second, fecal microbiota transplantation, microbiota from healthy individual to a patient often used to treat severe bacterial infection. Any patients who may have such dysbiosis in the form of decreased beneficial microbiota are given microbiota from healthy individual to increase the decreased beneficial microbiota. I hope you are not lost. Third one is phage therapy by using bacteriophages, viruses, or any form of microorganism that are able to infect harmful bacteria, to target the harmful bacteria strains within the microbiome, so to give a chance to the beneficial microbiota to be increased and correct the imbalance or to correct the dysbiosis. Okay, now we're going to speak about the areas where modulating microbiomes could be used for. First of all, prevention of infectious diseases, management of chronic diseases, promotion of maternal and infant health, as well as improving mental health. Also, can be used in personalizing nutrition and metabolic health. We can say that personalized nutrition tailors diets to support the microbiomes, which affect nutrition absorption, so it can be used for weight control and can be used for overall metabolic health. Also, it can be used in cancer prevention, in addressing the antibiotic resistance. Also, can be used in detoxification. Detoxification here removes the harmful substances from the body. This is the main definition of detoxification. So it removes the harmful substances from the body and the gut. Microbiome here helps by breaking down such toxins, supporting detox the organs and protecting the gut. So it usually could be used for promoting healthy microbiome. I told you before, pre and probiotics. through diet and probiotics that can reduce the health impact on or of the environmental health. Also, it can be used in bioremediation for healthier environment. It's quite easy. Bioremediation uses specific microbiomes to break down the toxic substances or toxic chemicals wherever, in water, in air, in soil, to reduce the harmful exposure and improve community health. Uh, Here we're going to find some suggested articles about the use of microbiomes-based medicine in medical researches. A very important new topic. It's not such new, but it's recent. Precision public health. As a simple point about history of using precision medicine, it's used since 2010. Precision public health was the first applied in research and public health initiatives in the United States since that time. It gained significant attention with the integration of genomic data and big data analytics to improve public health outcomes, such as targeted interventions for chronic diseases and infectious disease prevention. It's mainly used by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, which is known as CDC. Precision public health refers to the use of data-driven and advanced technologies such as precision public health uses data-driven and advanced technologies like genomics and genetic predispositions. Genomics here means we call it as genetic profile or genetic makeup of any person. Genetic predisposition, who is more prone than others to certain disease, which is accelerated by genetic disorder. I remember I told you before that some people are more prone than others to acquire bronchial asthma due to genomic or genetic predisposition. Okay. Second is digital health tools. Third is geographic information system. Geographic information systems, including travel history of population as well as geographical information of any area. Using such information alongside with environmental exposures and lifestyle factors to design, target, and evaluate interventions for improving health outcomes in a specific population. This gives us customized public health interventions. So, the brief of such slide is precision public health. We can use data-driven and advanced technologies like genomics and genetic predisposition with digital health tools, as well as geographical information, alongside with environmental exposures and lifestyle factors for what to design, target, and evaluate interventions for improving health outcomes in a specific population. This gives us what's known as customized public health intervention. Or in another way, it's tailored public health interventions. This tailored approach can enhance the effectiveness of preventive measures and health promotion strategies. Here, it's well known that it's better to recommend tailored approach with targeting specific population, okay, according to their needs and according to their priorities, according to their problems. Tailored interventions for vulnerable groups in concern with air quality, with water quality, with industrial chemicals, with climate-related health risks, food safety, occupational diseases, with lifestyle. What does this mean? It means I recommend using such approach, which is precision public health approach. I recommend tailored or customized interventions, for example, to population living in a very hot environment, or in a very cold environment, or in a very humid environment, or in an area with earthquakes, or in an areas with floods. I give recommendations, health recommendations, targeting their problems in separate, not common recommendations. According to water quality, suppose we have any area with lack of safe water supply, I'm going to give recommendations targeting how to take care of waterborne diseases, and such on and so on. And for example, for industrial chemicals, take care of so and so and so. For food safety, for occupational diseases, and for lifestyle, take care of taking too much fat, don't smoke, practice exercise, and so on. This is what's known as precision public health. Here are suggested articles to be considered uh, in such topic. Nanotechnology is another new topic which can be used in our researches, either in public health or in occupational medicine. What's nano? We have what's known as nanoscale, typically between 1 to 100 nanometers. It's another measurement or another scale separate from centimeters, meters, kilometers. It's a scale from 1 to 100. This is the nanoscale. We have either natural nanomaterials like volcanic ash and mineral clays, like biological structures such as spider silk, natural nanomaterials like nanoparticles in seawater or plant materials. We have engineered the nanomaterials. It's man-made from their large-scale counterparts. Their large-scale counterparts are manipulated or engineered or handled by certain industrial scientific ways to give the nano counterparts. So the nano counterparts from the macro counterparts. What is the benefit? At this tiny scale, the materials often exhibit or acquire unique physical, chemical, biological properties that differ from their large-scale counterparts. It means that such nanoparticles, either acquired naturally or acquired by engineered nanomaterials from their counter macro parts or macro counterparts, acquired unique physical, chemical, biological properties that I can use them in different areas, like vaccine development, nanoparticles based vaccines, like infection control in antimicrobial nanomaterials, or medical tools and surfaces coated with nanoparticles. Now we have many medical instruments coated by nanoparticles. This give or help prevent bacterial growth and contamination. Same theory in water sanitation by nanotech sensor or nanomaterials for filtration. Same in air pollution as nanosensors to detect pollutants like particulate matter, volatile, or whatever. And manufacturing of air filters like manufacturing of water filters. And wearable and health monitoring, which we call nanosensors, and occupational health monitoring, PPE, personal protective equipment. Here are some articles to be used in medical researches. Other new topic, a lot of researches now I found on net, like health inequities and social determinants of health. What's health inequities? Health inequities are unfair and avoidable differences in health outcomes between population groups, often caused by social whatever determinants of health, factors like income, education, employment, and housing. So health inequities, we can say, are unfair and avoidable. Second, these inequities were recognized as early as 19th century during the industrialization, with WHO Commission on Social Determinants of Health highlighting how these factors drive disparities in health access and outcomes. Addressing social determinants of health is a key to reduce health inequities or inequality. As you see here, social determinants of health are the conditions in which people are born, grow, live, or work, as well as age. Oh, what a surprise. You're going to ask me, is age is considered social factor? I can freely say that age is often considered, yes, you are right. It can be considered as a biological factor rather than a social determinant of health. But let me see also. However, in the context of social factors, if we're going to speak about social factors, age can be considered a social factor. Why? Because it can influence access to, for example, to resources, to social roles. In social roles, the different of old is completely different from the role of a young person, as well as experience, which can affect health outcomes, for example. Children, for example, children and elderly individuals and adolescents may face special social or unique social challenges related to healthcare, to access to education, or employment opportunities. So definitely we can sometimes, if we speak about social factors, in the context of social factors, we can consider that age may be considered a social determinant of health. Now we can see that the health inequities or inequalities due to social determinants of health consequently can lead first to increased morbidity and mortality in vulnerable populations, increased infectious diseases as well, inequities in maternal and child health care, mental health inequities, impact on life expectancy and quality of life. Uh, Consequently, or accordingly, this can lead to worsening health outcomes for vulnerable populations, impact on public health and disease control, and at last, social unrest. We're going to find some articles here about the health inequities and with the social determinants of health. Another topic is invisible disability. Uh, Physical, mental, this is the invisible disabilities. Physical could be physical, mental, or neurological conditions that's not immediately apparent to others. It's some sort of disability that we cannot discover by eyes, yet can significantly impair a person's ability to function normally in daily life. So we can find some persons who is disabled, but we cannot detect it by ourselves. Although such person is suffering of experiencing normal life or can doing his jobs in daily life. Unlike visible disabilities such as the use of, for example, wheelchair or prosthetic limb, for example, or walking aids or whatever, invisible disabilities are not immediately noticeable, which can sometimes lead to misunderstandings, lack of empathy, or skepticism from others. Uh, Invisible disability can take any form, any form. For example, chronic illnesses such as fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, lupus erythematosus, or Crohn's disease. All such persons are disabled, although they are invisible as disabled, but they are already disabled. Mental health disorders, actually, yes, depression and anxiety, post traumatic stress disorders, and bipolar disorder, all such patients are disabled. Neurological conditions such as epilepsy, traumatic brain injury, or multiple sclerosis. Learning disabilities such as dyslexia, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and other cognitive impairments. All such patients also are disabled persons. Sensory impairments such as hearing loss or visual impairment, although they are not obvious, but they are disabled. Uh, Definitely, such persons with invisible disability have a lot of associated challenges. For example, healthcare barriers like misdiagnosis or delayed diagnosis, cost of care, resource strain, and long-term care needs, lack of tailored treatment because they are inapparent, difficulty in accessing accommodations. For example, difficulty providing disability, lack of visible evidence can make it hard to qualify such persons for workplace, for example, or academic accommodations, as well as insufficient support systems. For example, many organizations are not equipped to hire such persons to address the unique needs of invisible disabilities, emotional and psychological impact, and stigma and bias workplace challenges. Also, here you're going to find some topics or titles of topics handling invisible disability. Informal care giving. Informal caregiving, any person could be informal caregiving. For example, family members, friends, neighbors, job mates, professional caregivers. Um, they may not have formal qualifications, but they are practicing health providing. Although they are professional but not have a license. For example, volunteers also, individuals or organ or groups offering unpaid care through community or religious organizations. وهنا اسمحوا لي انا هتكلم بالعربي بس احكي لكم موقف في الحته دي. انا كنت لسه متخرج بقى من الكليه وراجل شاطر واخد امتياز وفرحان بنفسي وماشي بعربيتي جنب البيت عندي، ولقيت ولد ممدود كده واقع على الارض ومخبوط بعربيه. فانا خدتني الحماسه بقى، انا دكتور، انا لسه كنت ولا يعني كان لسه حتى الامتياز باين ما بدأش. فالمهم رحت وملموم حوالين الناس، رحت داخل بكتفي كده بعد اذنكم يا جماعه، بعد اذنكم يا جماعه. فواحد بيقول لي طب على مهلك على مهلك. قلت له انا دكتور يا بابا، واخدين بالكم، وانا لسه عيل صغير مثلا عمري 22 ولا 23 سنه مش فاكر. انا دكتور يا بابا بكل قلاطه كده. قال لي اولا انا ما اسميش بابا، ثانيا دكتور ده عندك في المستشفى. من ساعتها وانا بطلت تبي فولنتير في اي حاجه لحد. بس انا حبيت احكي لكم الواقعه دي بالعربي لان ما كنتش اعرف اقولها او ما كنتش اعرف اوصلها بالانجلش. anyhow نرجع للمحاضره. volunteer in crisis or short-term care giving. What are the associated challenges, or what could be the associated challenges with informal caregiving? First of all, inconvenient quality of care. Yes, I'm not sure of the quality or the type of practice that such a volunteer will give me. So it's inconvenient quality of care. Medical challenges. Consequently, the informal caregiving could have an impact on the delayed medical attention because the informal caregivers might not recognize worsening symptoms, delayed professional medical intervention, with inconsistent documentation, lack of proper records of medications because they are informal. Emotional and psychological challenges, dependency and over reliance. Such patients may completely be dependent on such informal caregivers, like hijama. Financial challenges, unmet needs. I will pay a lot of money to unqualified persons with inconvenient quality of care, with a lot of medical challenges, and I'm not sure about the outcome of such treatment or handling or manipulation of my health problem. Uh, Another new topic is complementary and alternative therapies, such as traditional healing practices in traditional, like traditional Chinese medicine. By the way, and Native American practices. By the way, traditional healing practices such as Native American practice uh, contains a wide range of spiritual, cultural, and healing tradition used in such areas only. But they are widely used now all over the world by a lot of people, including some strange beliefs, although they are normal beliefs, such respect of nature, community-oriented rituals, and the use of traditional medicine, often involving plant-based and even ceremonies. They can use some sorts of ceremonies to promote physical and spiritual well-being of deceased person. It's a strange way of treatment or manipulating some sort of health problem or disease. Mind-body practice like Ayurveda, meditation, yoga, hypnotherapy. The Ayurveda is an ancient Indian system of medicine or medication, usually focusing on trial of balancing the body energies through diet with herbs and lifestyle. Also, for myself, I don't believe in such types of medications or remedies. Meditation التأمل involves mental practice to promote relaxation and mindfulness. Might be important or useful or beneficial to some sorts of stress and burnout, but not to treat physical diseases. Also, herbal medicines, all of us know it. Chiropractic and chiropractic care and osteopathy. Uh, Chiropractic care focuses on diagnosing and treating usually musculoskeletal disorders, particularly those in spine, particularly spinal adjustments to improve movement and reduce pain. It's some sort of treatment. While osteopathy, as I know, is a holistic approach emphasizing usually the role of musculoskeletal system in health, using techniques like stretching, like massaging, and joint manipulations to promote overall well-being and treating various disorders. I don't believe massage therapy. All of us know it. Associated challenges with complementary and alternative therapy, lack of scientific evidence. This is the first and most important point, uh, which consequently lead to safety concerns. Accordingly, delayed conventional treatment. As a consequence, cost and accessibility. Accordingly, overuse of or dependence. I told you before that some patients, or not some patients, a lot of patients now are depending on hijama for treating any disease. And here no comment. Regulation and standardization. Concerning regulations, there must be standardization involving establishing clear guidelines, quality control, and safety measures, at least to ensure the services are effective, safe, and consistent. Uh, Sorry. Another topic. By the way, I'm tired, but I'm about to finish my presentation. So I will try to finish it all now. Long COVID. Long COVID is a persistent symptom that continue for weeks or months after the acute phase of COVID-19 infection, impacting any system, impacting any system, usually various systems like respiratory, neurological, cardiovascular, eye, kidney, prostate, bones, skin, any system. This has broader implications for public health systems, necessitating increased resources for chronic care, definitely, for mental health support, for rehabilitation, Reassuring long COVID-19 is crucial to understand its underlying mechanisms, yes, to identify effective treatments, yes, and to develop preventive strategies. Uh, Also, it addresses the long-term health impact on individuals, informs healthcare policies, and helps manage the burden on healthcare systems, ensuring better outcomes for affected patients. Uh, Again, here are some topics concerning long COVID and post-pandemic health implications. Uh, Here are titles of some new topics like safety technology, digital health and mobile health, workplaces with limited physical activity, health implications of vaping, aging and gerontology from geriatrics. One health approach, we discussed it before. I suggest also some joint researches encompassing public health in addition to or as long as or with occupational health. For example, just only just only titles for suggestion. Evaluating the effectiveness of health promotion strategies in occupational settings. It contains two arms, public health and occupational. Also, the role of occupational exposures in shaping public health responses to emerging infectious diseases, both specialties. The integration of workplace wellness programs and public health initiatives to combat non-communicable diseases. Workplaces wellness program assessing their impact on community health, evaluating the role of occupational medicine in pandemic preparedness, a public health collaboration. By the end, please, I beg you, if any person has a question, whatever it is, don't feel any embarrassment or shame. Please send it to me by WhatsApp. I'm going to respond in no time. في النهاية بقى بنتكلم كلمتين بالعربي. أتمنى لكم التوفيق وأتمنى إن أنا التو سيشنز يكونوا قدموا ولو معلومة أو على الأقل قدموا مفهوم جديد إن إحنا نستفيد بيه. وزي ما قلت لكم في الفيزيكال سيشن إن أنا مستعد لإجابة أي سؤال لأي حد فيكم بدون ما أدخل في الإسراف، وأنا مستعد إن أنا أكتب لكم التايتلز كلكم بدون ما أدخل في الإسراف، وأي واحدة فيكم هتختار الموضوع whatever الموضوع ده occupational أو public health أنا معاها في التايتل وفي كتابة الإيم والأوبجكتيفز وفي البداية كتابة الهايبوثيسز والريسيرش كويستشنز. وده برضو كله بدون ما ادخل في الاسراف، لان زي ما قلت لكم انا مش هقدر ان انا ادخل في اسراف مع حد نتيجه لعوامل كتيره واسباب كتيره. انما يعني اتمنى لكم كلكم الخير واتمنى لكم التوفيق يا رب، وزي ما قلت لكم تحت امركم لاجابه اي سؤال.